types of communication. The first one, passive. What do you think that means? Anyone? Is that not really trying? Being passive. Not trying to communicate. We're going to do some examples, and I'll need a couple of volunteers for it too. Anyone else know what that might look like? So if I was up here, indirect, yes. And I was shy, and I was talking behind my neighbor, and I wasn't looking up at you guys, would you listen to me? Would you respect me as a facilitator if I was doing that?
Probably, because you're an adult.
You probably couldn't hear me though, right? Does anyone think of that? Look, imagine somebody's trying to borrow money from you. They've burned you before. You don't want to loan them money. And they ask you to borrow money again. So if they're asking you and you're not being direct and you're not trying, you're putting in no effort to tell them, no, this is not okay, what might that look like to you?
Them stealing money from you.
So you'd want to tell them no.
Yeah.
You want to tell them no. And you're being indirect and all that kind of stuff.
I'll let you borrow the money as soon as you bring me back the money you owe me.
That's a different style of communication. We're talking about passive. So if somebody's trying to get you to do something you don't want to do, and you're not gonna make eye contact with them. Remember, people look away when they don't want to give somebody an answer they don't want to hear. You ever see that? Does it annoy you? It annoys me. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to go. So the passive form of communication, they often call it the mouse. You're not going to get yourself heard. You're not going to get your point across if you're not speaking loudly. So that's another part of it. You're going to be quiet. And so in passive communication, you don't get your message across. People don't understand how you feel, and you don't get what you want or need. You give in or agree with the person even though you don't want to, a lot of times. So this can actually result in things like peer pressure, and who wants that? So the next one, aggressive. Does anyone have any idea what a communication is going to look like?
Like extreme.
Extreme and in your
Not gonna
face.
let off.
Loud. In your face. Loud. What about your body language?
Intimidating.
Intimidating, yes. That type of communication can ruin relationships. All relationships. If your coworkers are talking to you like this, talking down at you, speaking loudly and aggressively, are you going to want to work with that person? No? What? Yeah, he was afraid, right? He didn't think I was really going to hit him, but I mean, okay, maybe he did know that. So these types of things are important. We want to steer clear of aggressive.
That's why you gotta be passive.
Passive aggressive is different. Let's not do that. So if you're too quiet, it's bad, right? If you're too loud, bad. What's the happy medium? What's the middle ground? Can anybody tell me? Assertive, yes. Ah! So what does assertive communication look like, Jane?
Getting your point across.
Get your point across? Anything else that might look like?
Listening to the other person.
Absolutely. What about body language?
Relax.
Eye contact, good one. So a more relaxed atmosphere, eye contact. the great things about that, it is just good communication. One of the bad things about it, it's not natural for a lot of people. It takes practice to be able to say, no, I'm sorry, I don't want to loan you money until you pay me back next time. Because, you know, I think everyone's got a cousin that tries to, you know, walk all over you. And if you're going to be passive, it might happen, right? What's that?
Maybe off all the family members that kind of do that.
It happens, right? So I have a couple of examples. So anybody want to volunteer? I need a volunteer. Okay. Is your name Uri? Okay, so Rhiannon and Uri are cousins, and they're very close. And Uri borrowed money from me, and he did not pay me back. I do not want to loan him money anymore. So we're going to give a couple of examples of what it might look like, different types of communication, and you can kind of see it in action. So, just ask.
Well, I'm not sure. I mean,
No, this is you're borrowing the money, yo.
Oh, okay. Hey, Rhiannon, I was wondering if I could borrow $50.
Okay, so we're gonna be passive, right? I don't know. Is there anyone else you can borrow it from? Something maybe, I don't know. So that kind of opens it up for him to keep at me. You can talk me into stuff. You could probably else. Come on, I need this. My power's gonna get shut off.
Hey, Rhiannon, I was wondering if I could borrow $50.
Are you freaking kidding me? Do I look like an ATM to you?
Can I get some help over here, please?
That kind of stuff, even though we're cousins, that could ruin our relationship, couldn't it? You think so? I don't like being talked to like that, and I don't want to be around people that talk to me like that or make me feel like that. How does that make you feel?
Kind of scared.
Kind of scared.
Like you slapped me.
Wow. I'm sorry. Okay, so that's.
Hey, Rhiannon, I was wondering if I could borrow $50.
You know, I'm not comfortable loaning you $50 because you didn't pay me back last time. I know that you're hard up right now, but so am I, and it would really help me out if you paid me back, and then I'd be more comfortable loaning you money in the future.
Okay.
How did that feel? How did that feel?
It felt okay. It was like we were discussing something and
Right.
not just like you yelling at me.
You felt like you could talk to me, right? That's how you save, you know. So think about it if we were coworkers and I was talking to them in different ways like that. Are they going to want to work with me if I'm yelling at them?
That was your boss. I fired.
It's true. It makes it very difficult when we're, you know, trying to save these relationships and work well with people. I'm sure Analia wouldn't want to work with me if I was boss hogging everything and, you know, growling around and being aggressive when it came to all this kind of stuff, right? Nobody wants to work with people like that. I can't imagine she would let that happen. But thank you for volunteering. Does anybody have any questions? Any questions? Huh? Well, because I yelled at you? You can't have the show. All right, so that's all I got for you guys on communication right now. So we're going to be breaking up into different groups, and I'll be doing a healthy relationship, and we'll be talking about those types of things a little bit more.